Hi everyone, my name is Maria. I'm known as VeloSews on social media. This is my studio, so welcome to VeloSews Studio. I'm one of Minerva's brand ambassadors, and today I'm going to talk to you about how my experience with the poppy dress went. All I can say is it went well, and as you can see here, this is my version of the poppy dress, and I'll be showing you what it looks like as well. So would you believe this print, which is the Luxury Lagoon print, it's one of the Minerva exclusives. It was a panel that I had as one of my Minerva Makers dresses probably 2 or 3 years ago. And the reason I've kept it is because I like the large bird on the print and I wanted to use it again. So fingers crossed it all worked out. I had just enough of the fabric to come up with a really racy above knee length version of the poppy dress. In my previous video, I said that I was using size D. That was a mistake. I used size G. So big difference, right? Anyway, it looks really good. The clothes that I usually wear, I don't normally use or wear clothes that have got gathers or frills. The poppy dress has got frills on the sleeves, as you can see, and it has slight gathers along the front yoke. What I did on this version is I've got a couple of pleats on the front yoke, but I've kept the frills of the sleeves, and I have to eat my words. It's worked out really well and it looks really pretty. And I think it looks pretty because of the fabric, which is a Minerva print on demand fabric, and also the design of the pattern. It's got a really good balance, and one thing that I didn't add on this dress are the pockets on the front, because with a print like this I didn't have enough to be able to pattern match, and I felt that with this print it really stands out on its own, and it is a fairly lightweight floaty fabric. And so if I had had pockets, it might have detracted from the way the dress actually works. And the way it's going to work for me is I'm really pleased that this poppy dress is going to be great to wear from day to night. And that's because I've used the dark colours on the front and I've left the light colours on the back. I did use a slimmer version of the tie belt because of my height and because of my width. And because the print is so prominent and beautiful at the front, I'm actually thinking that the tie waist will either be used during the day or tied at the back like you would with a trench coat. So you see the dress, you see the print, but you don't see the belt until I turn around, and I've got a picture of that for you to have a look at. One thing I did do with the sleeves, and this is just me being me, is I made sure that the darker part of the print was on the top of the sleeve frill and the light blue was underneath on both sides. So that way there's a bit of continuity there, but the blueness is on the underneath piece, and that makes the design of the frill a bit more interesting. So I was really pleased that I made that decision while I was cutting out what was left of the fabric that I had. What I'd say is if you want to use the poppy dress for a more of an evening wear dress than a day dress, I would do what I've done, which is not use the pockets, use a floaty fabric, possibly use a fabric which is more nighttime rather than day, but definitely use a light floaty fabric. And even if your size might be G like it was for me, maybe go up a size so that if you go up to H or one size bigger, keep the bodice part your size, but grade it out from the waist down so that floatiness actually is a feature of when you're walking in the door of a restaurant and people turn around and they look at you and they love what you're wearing. Thank you for joining me and listening to my experience and having a look at my experience with the poppy dress. I love the fact that I was able to use the Lagoon luxury print as well. My name's Maria. I'm known as VeloSews on social media, and thanks for coming to VeloSews Studio today. Cheers.